Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I'm here with my best friend Charence Higgins, the actor, writer, singer, dancer, past Miss Jackson State, like the list goes on and on and on, movie star. Like there's just no limits to what my friend. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I see what you did. Shout out to my platform, 2015.
Shout out to our Jackson State platform for Miss Jackson State University, no limits.
Yes.
But we are here today to talk about my best friend who is finally releasing her first EP. Are you excited?
I'm super excited. I'm also very nervous because it's been like years in the making, but
I understand that.
I'm excited.
But you have given us like gems before. Like you've dropped music before and videos before, and we've been able to see you perform your own stuff live. So
yeah.
What makes this project like a little different than like those solo songs that you've released?
This one is so personal. Like I am really being vulnerable this time around. Like before the stuff I've done, music and the melody and I start singing it, there's just some things that I have stuff on SoundCloud, but like this is my baby, like for real. Like I feel like I have given birth, like yeah, it's like a compilation of like past experiences from like other relationships and just like helping my friends through things. Like I think it's something that's really relatable for everyone, not just for females, and just like the way that we can change in a relationship and like getting back to who you are like as a person. That's been my journey.
Because I am the best friend, I've had the opportunity to already listen to all the songs on the EP, and they are dope as hell. And like one of the things that I really like about your EP is you add a lot of poetry. You know, that's my thing. But you add a lot of poetry like before the song or after the song or even in the middle of the song. And it just reminds me of that old school 90s, what was it, the 80s? It was like the 90s, like in the middle when Boyz II Men
Barbara, this is Shirley. You broke my heart. The man that you talking that kind of
just in the middle of the song, you had this like epic speech, and then you go back into the music. What inspired you to want to do it that way?
Yeah, what's crazy, like my songwriting process always starts with the words. Like before anything, I always have lyrics first. It always starts as a poem. And then I'll be like in the shower or like just walking down the street and a melody will come to me. And then I'll be like, oh, wow,
that's the thing.
I live with those words I wrote before. And so like the alignment just happens like organically. I don't think I've ever just sat down and been like, I'm going to write a song right now. But it always just like comes to me, always comes first in words, and then I add the music. But sometimes once I add like the music and the melody and I start singing it, there's just some things that I'm like, this has to stand alone. Like they really got to hear this part. Like this has to be different from everything else that's happening. So yeah.
So I'm correct to say you wrote all the songs on this EP yourself, correct?
I did. I wrote them all.
I wanted to make sure we plug that she's a writer.
She's a writer.
Plug that she's a writer. So the EP, and can I drop little snippets of like what to expect or? Okay, so the EP, it follows this relationship from like the beginning phases to the end, and I think it's so interesting because we don't realize how much like a relationship can change everything about us while we're trying to change the other person. Like we end up being the person that's changed, and you have this one line in it, and as a writer, I'm so jealous that I didn't come up with it. You said, excuse my computer, you said, do opposites attract or do they just give in? Girl! Come on, what?
Right?
And I have no answer to that question. That's what I was like, damn, do we attract like they say we do? Or do we just give in to the urge of wanting to be with somebody or want to be in a relationship?
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Like that one line to me in that particular song, it stood out because it's like, that's something to think about. Do we just attract or did I just give in to you? And have I just been trying to make this thing work?
Yeah. yeah, like you really got to like search deep within your soul for the answer to that. Like it's crazy. But the same thought happened to me. I was like, wow, like on paper, like this relationship does not make sense. Like, so what is it that drew me to them? And I was like, well, maybe I wasn't drawn. Maybe I created something that wasn't there because I was like so in need of feeling that companionship in a relationship. Like,
okay, and so obviously towards the end of the EP, you guys aren't together anymore, and it's probably just like a little teaser that I'm dropping. But if you could go back, wait, let me finish. If you could go back with everything you've learned and all the arts that because I'm an art whore, so I'm an art whore. I would date somebody for the purpose of a poem and drop them. That's my whole, like, something's really wrong with me. Like, something's literally wrong with me. But with everything, like, you have experienced and learned, and, like, with creating this EP and this music is, like, so different and is so, like, catchy. And today, like, would you have done that relationship and that experience knowing what you know now?
that's so hard to say.
Isn't it? I did that question.
Yeah. I mean, because hindsight, I'd be like, no, right? Because like,
right, because
it's over for a reason. But also, like, this music wouldn't exist without that. Like, I may not be like in school right now and just like having like uprooted everything and to come here to Illinois to like continue to work on my craft. Like that may not have happened. I probably would have been in a different space, like mentally, physically. So I don't know.
Oh, so if you're just tuning in with us, we are discussing the release of Charence's EP, which is maybe this time, and it releases November the 1st. So if you have any questions about the EP, any comments, please go ahead and start typing those up, and we'll answer them as we continue to talk about it.
Yes, and November 1st is tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. It's like literally
an hour.
4 hours.
Like, yes, it's going live at midnight. So,
which is super exciting. So will we be able to play a snippet on this live of maybe one of the songs? Possibly?
Sure. We could do that.
I'm gonna let that marinate on you. You can answer later. I'm gonna let that soak on you.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be exciting for our watchers to just get like a little taste of one of the songs that is on the EP. And how many songs are actually on the EP?
It's 5. And like you were saying before, it tells a story. It goes from like the beginning all the way through like the transformation that happens in the relationship, breakup, and then the end. It's a nice little like linear thing. I'm an actor. I love stories. So
yes.
So
it feels like listening to it for me. It felt like a book or like a movie that I was watching this particular character have all in character.
It's me. I'm the character,
right? But I'm watching this woman go through this relationship, and we have all these questions. And I know I keep dropping nuggets, but I'm going to drop one more nugget of the EP. You have this line in one of your songs. You say, I know I'm good, but am I good enough?
Yeah.
And I know, like, not, and we always say just women, but not just women, because everybody can relate to that feeling when it comes to like being in a relationship. Like, like I know I'm big. Like that's not a question. That's not like that's not a question. Like it's me. But like, am I good enough for this particular person? Do they think I am as awesome as I find myself? And so,
and also like, am I good enough for better than this?
See, I didn't even get that.
Yeah, well, I wanted it to be vague because I wanted it to be relatable for so many people. But for me particularly, it was like, this doesn't feel right.
Right.
But it's what I deserve. Like maybe this is all that I'm good enough for. Maybe I'm not good enough for better. I don't know. Like, what am I worth? Is really like the question in that song.
Yeah, and I feel like we've all sat in that position. Hi, best friend. Erica's down below. I feel like we've all sat in that question, and that makes us stay. And you have these moments where it's like in the music where it feels more like you're talking to yourself and having these conversations and these reflections while being in this relationship and
Thank you.
forward and move forward. So, like, what are some of your thoughts on the process of what was that moment when you knew this was not what you thought it would be? Like, it wasn't what you planned. It wasn't the relationship that you built up in your head. Because I think sometimes we fall in love like this potential. And granted, as artists, we get to like create poetry and songs and EPs from those type of situations, but just from like people who follow your career and who follow Charence and you have so many mentees out there, like what is that advice that you can give to them that you learned from this experience when it comes to that?
I have to say that this EP and like the songs that came from it, there's more than one relationship in that. Like there was a cycle for me. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, of like, okay, I'm with this person, they're fine, but
not they fine.
They're like they look
they
good,
look good
together, that works, cool, but they don't want to be my boyfriend. So what? Right, right. Like so, then I'm questioning, like, am I good enough for that? Okay, fine, I'll just let it go. Then the next person comes along, and I lower my standards a little bit, and I'm like, okay, well, this should work out. And then it doesn't. And then, so like, I kept like trying to put my heart in different places and just see where it fit. Like, and that's not a way to treat your heart. Like, the Bible says, above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life.
Come on, Jesus.
Okay, the Lord said it. The Lord put it together. But it is the wellspring of life. So like, literally, like all of like, the water of life, like the thing that feeds you and that like keeps you living is your heart. And so like if that's not intact, what are you doing? Like how can you be of service in the world? Like how can you really fulfill your purpose? And so that for me was a wake up moment, like finding that scripture and just really like thinking about it and internalizing it, like, wow, I've got to protect my heart. And I'm not doing that right now. Like I'm just throwing old girl out, like, see where you land, what's up?
And I guess that's why your EP is like really dope, because right now it's like I need to start protecting my hood because I'd be like sending her out for double dutch runs, like she's be like going through the hoops.
Not too.
When can I jump in? Like,
right. Like, ooh,
right, this is my moment. Go, like. No, calm down. It's not your moment. It's not about you.
Yeah, but for me, so what that means is not like putting a wall up, like not like blocking yourself from other people, but it's literally like protecting, like a fence. Like I can be on this side of the fence, I can still wave, I can still see you, I can still be a part of the party, you know, but I'm also aware of like my worth and my value and like what is beneficial to me and what is not, like what serves me and what does not. And I think like that sense of awareness is key.
So we keep saying how like this EP is so relatable to women, but how do you feel like as a man? I'm not a man, I don't even know why I just said that. Why did I say that? That was stupid. But how do you feel like men can relate to this EP, this project, and what would be their reason for wanting to listen to it?
Yeah, I really appreciate the times that we're living in. Like 2019, like we were really like redefining gender norms and like
absolutely
what all of that means. So I literally like created this because there is something for everyone, no matter like your sexual orientation, how you identify. Like it's my story and it's so personal that it is universal. Like that's what makes it, you know, for everyone. But I mean, if you're a person who has been in a relationship and who doesn't know why it didn't work out, maybe there's some questions in here for you that you can start to ask yourself, that you can journal about, that you can start to heal. I go to therapy. Some of these things are like a result of talking to my therapist and then going back home and being like, wow, I need to like really unpack that and figure out like what's going on.
Amen to that. Definitely on commenting on the fact that you go to therapy. As you know, I do. I'm very open about like going to therapy and Black health. I mean, mental health in the Black community, and even I have this corny catch line where I'm like, my therapist doesn't like you. I'll be telling people, you know what, my therapist, she don't like you, but
because I be telling her the truth.
Like, my therapist knows everything, and at this point, she does not like you. Okay. But so with their therapy, do you feel like this project would have happened if you weren't in therapy, or do you feel like it's a release because of that?
I still think it would have happened just because like I'm so grateful for the program that I'm in, my MFA program.
So, pause. Please let like everybody know, because people follow you, but sometimes people like don't get all the details. So let everyone know like what program you're in, where you're at, what you're doing. Beyond this EP.
Yes. So I'm a grad student. I'm getting my master's in fine arts in acting at the University of Illinois. I'm not in Chicago. Everybody be like, oh, I'm going to Chicago.
Girl, if you say Illinois, I automatically think Chicago. It's like,
I'm like, right. I'm 2 hours south of Chicago. I'm in Champaign-Urbana, in this area. It's a little nugget in central Illinois. But I love it. My program is amazing because it really focuses on the actor and your own practices, not just like getting better at the thing. So like, how do you warm up? Like, what is your self-talk after you finish an audition? Are you beating yourself up, or are you like thinking about the things that went positively in the room? Like, all of those things have really like changed my perspective and how I see myself, how I communicate with myself, the type of questions that I'm asking myself and the things I'm working through, and how I use my voice. Like, our voice classes are so useful. I didn't realize that like literally I was creating tension in my throat and like not using my voice to its full potential, and that there's like depth to my voice and I have a lower range than I tend to give myself. But like, society will be like, oh, you're a girl, so this is cuter. But my voice teacher was like, no, girl, you got a bottom. Like, you got depth down there. And so just like finding those parts of myself because of this program, I think definitely like a lot of the songs still would have existed. But I think therapy just pushed it that extra little bit, really, like those lines that you really like.
Yeah, I mean, you have some gems, is what I call them, nuggets. When writers write these like one lines that can, like, I always say they can go on a t-shirt. And so like you have a lot of stuff. Hi, we have a hello at the bottom. Hey, how you doing, darling? So for those of us who just tuned in, we are discussing the release of Charence's EP. And if you have any questions, any comments, just go ahead and type those up and we'll get to them as we continue this live feed. But yeah, you have like these nuggets in your songs that could like stand on their own and like go on a t-shirt or be a status or a caption to a picture, which I saw like a lot of the promotional stuff that you have been releasing for this project. You're using like the lyrics to your song, and it's like really cool. So who are some of the people that you worked with on this project?
Yeah, so Antoine Perkins is my producer. Literally, like, we've been talking about working together for a while. I was in Mississippi for like, I think like 2 weeks. Literally.
Wait, so you did this whole project in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Some of the songs.
That's how you my best friend, girl.
I had to go. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. But yeah, it happened in like the span of 2 weeks. Like, some of the songs were already written, but like we sat together, we created the beats. We talked about like the musicality and like where the song would go, the direction of it. There were parts that I was sitting in the studio writing, like revamping and like trying to figure out how to fit in. He was really great to work with. It was a really cool collaboration, especially.
And he is Mississippi based as well, correct?
Yes, he is. And he just won a Jackson Hip Hop Award.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like, yeah, right?
Yeah, he has one of my favorite songs in the whole world. So,
Swam.
I love that song so much. But yeah, that's super, super exciting. That all of this is going on. So do we like, can we expect like some videos of these songs or like, now I'm a little mad because I didn't even know about the videos, y'all. I just asked a question to ask it, and she has videos, I feel like.
We're in the editing process. I'll just say
Oh,
that.
that's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I cannot wait. Like, oh, that, okay.
I'm doing it, friend. I am doing it.
Do you. Live life, queen.
Yeah.
So we can expect videos and things. So let us know, like, because I don't think we've mentioned it so far. What streaming platforms can we go to like actually get?
Oh my gosh, all of them.
Like, all of them. So that is Apple Music.
All of them. Apple
Spotify.
Music, Google Play, Spotify, TikTok, like whatever you have, Napster, iHeartRadio, Pandora.
I didn't know nothing about no thing called.
You can put it. It's gonna be in the Instagram stories. You know how you can add music to your story. You can click the button.
Girl, I'm gonna put an old nasty picture of me on one of your songs.
And it had a song, and it's gonna be like my name, and it's gonna be like the song title. It's gonna be like just like that.
It's my best friend music. Just for no reason.
Right.
That is awesome. So yes, we definitely go on all streaming platforms and can purchase this EP, and it drops at midnight tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. So like, this can't be the only thing that you're going to release, right? Like, are you working on future projects? Like, what's the deal with that?
This is just the beginning. I'm working on collaborating with some more artists. And literally,
you know what,
girl.
Yeah.
Ooh, no.
You didn't feel. I said, hiya. I went down like 3 ranks.
3 what?
Obviously, I'm not the singer of this group. Oh, the name of the EP. Let us know the name.
Yes, maybe this
time.
I shared with Tasha because with each relationship and with each time that this cycle kind of continued, that was kind of my mantra in my head. It's like, maybe this time
it'll work. Right.
Yeah. And also with each song, that was kind of my mantra too. You'll see, like, when you hear it, the trajectory of the story. And I was like, okay, well, I'm changing a little bit, but maybe this time it's changing for the better. Okay, I'm questioning my worth, but maybe this time it's because I'm good. Okay, you not changing, but maybe that's okay.
You're not changing.
Maybe this time. So yeah, that's kind of like the through line of the concept of the EP. So hopefully you hear like those artistic influences.
That's so funny because, okay, as an artist, and only theater people out there will get this, there's a musical theater song called Maybe This Time You Really Need to.
From Cabaret. Yep.
And when I saw the title of the EP, I was like, and there's a lot of correlation between the two, between what that song is actually talking about and what your EP discussed, and how that journey of the relationship goes. And so I think that was like so cleverly done. It was,
yeah,
absolutely.
And also because like theater is such a big part of my life, so like I didn't want to neglect that. Like, I'm still absolutely an actor and love musical theater, film, TV, all of that. So this is just in addition to that. Yeah. Absolutely.
So this EP has 5 songs, correct?
Yeah.
5 songs? 5 songs?
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome. And as far as the video capacity, like releasing those music videos, do we have a cap number, or can we get the song that the first video is going to be? That's all we ask. We don't ask for a lot. We just ask for that.
Okay, the first video is going to be the first track on the EP.
Which is?
Effects.
Effects.
That's the first one. And I'll let you know about more later on.
So definitely, be on the lookout for that. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have been privy to listening to all the songs in the EP, and I'm just so like in awe with, you have people that sing, and then you have people that can write. Myself personally, I can't sing shit. I can write your life.
You can though.
I can write your life, but I cannot. I can't. But just to be able to like find an artist that you want to listen to that does both. I definitely, and I'm not just saying this because, you know, you're my friend, but you're just one of those artists that can sing and write, and I want to be a part of like the journey, because this EP, it feels so much like a production. Would you agree? It feels more like a production than just like a normal EP with 6 or 7 songs that the artist liked and sung and put on a thingy thing. But this feels like a I said thingy thing. But this feels like an actual production. Like it feels like an actual story that people can like gravitate towards. I know me, I have been listening to that Opposites Attract number. Ho 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 ho! I started to sing it to the last guy that I just broke up with. I mean, we broke up because we're in a relationship. At the same time,
Make him buy it.
I'm like, you need to go buy this something because you need to know how you done made me feel. He's like, what? Do what I say.
You heard me.
And so that's why I'm at in life. I really want people to like be like, it's just one of those songs to where it's like you have to listen to like what you've put a person through and what you have made a person experience. And for me, it's just like, that's one of my favorites. I think that's actually my absolute favorite one on the EP is The Opposites Attract.
Yeah.
Because do opposites attract? Or did I cave in on? So, yes.
Fran, is that who you made the song with?
Hi! Yes! Not to plug myself. But so I worked with this amazing rapper, Layback, who's actually on our feet right now, out from Atlanta, and we created this song called Full Moon, and it's really, really dope. And I am, as I said before, I'm not a singer or a rapper, but I am a poet, and so he actually let me jump on his song and do some poetry.
I'm done.
He just be chilling. He let me jump on his song and do some poetry, but he has some amazing music. And just like Charence's music, you can go on to Apple Music and kind of download some of his stuff and download the song that I'm on. It's called Full Moon.
That's supposed to be a moon.
As you all know, I'm obsessed with the moon. Like, and that was before the song. Like, so of course I want. Is that the moon? Is this it, friend? So yeah, you all know I have like this huge infatuation of the moon, and when he like played me the snippet of the song, he's like, oh, I need to figure out some, you know, to add to it. And I was like, you should add your voice. He was like, add your voice. And I was like, me? Okay. So I was in Atlanta and I was doing like another gig, and we met like the night I arrived in Atlanta, and we hashed it out in less than like 2 hours. So it was a great experience.
Yeah.
Leave it to your best friend, let you plug them on their stuff, because this isn't about me. This is really about Sharence. She's like, friend, fuck yourself. So I appreciate that. Yes, like you definitely get a full commercial, getting more people to check out our song. But while you're on here, be sure to promote my friend's EP, which drops tonight, midnight, and it is called Maybe This Time. Super excited for you. I'm so excited and proud of your journey. Like, you've been in grad school, you just releasing your music. I know I've like watched, I mean, I've been there beside you,
right?
Every step of the way. So I've watched you. I would definitely send you that link. I would definitely send it to you. It's on all streaming platforms. I'll send it to you so you can check it out. And Layback does like a lot of reaction. He's like does like rappers reaction. So, but I definitely will get that to you. But yeah, I've just been a part of everything that you've put out into the universe, and I'm always so impressed. I'm gonna tell y'all something from experience of being in like places with Charence. Charence can get an entire crowd to sing her lyrics to a song she just wrote 5 minutes ago. And I know y'all think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Like, she'll live, but hey, you threw over there, snap your fingers. Snap, snap. You too. You say, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then and like, she has like this entire audience like snapping and oohing and wooing and singing. And it's like, girl, you just made a whole video at an open mic. Nobody asked for that, but we all appreciate it. And so, like, as an artist, I really, really, really can't wait for you to come out to Arkansas, where I'm at, and just come and do some of your work in this area. I love you.
I love you. Thank you so much for interviewing me, friend.
Oh, of course. So is there anything else like you want the people to know about your EP, about any upcoming projects that you have, and just about Charence in general?
I feel like...
Pause. I have a question.
What?
As I get into your personal business. So, are you happy now? As far as relationship is concerned, because this EP talks so much about your relationship process, and you don't have to tell us who you're in a relationship or even if you're in a relationship. I mean, I know because I know everything. Or you don't even have to tell us even if you're in a relationship, but as far as spiritually, mentally, are you in a good space?
Yeah, this EP and like the making of it was like kind of the ending of like coming back into myself. There's a song that I played for you, Sabrina Claudio. And
yes, I know exactly
the opening line of the song, I didn't make it this far just to make it this far. And the song is called Cycle. Literally, that song changed my life. Like, wow. I looked at where I was, like physically, mentally, and I was like, I didn't make it this far just to make it this far. Yeah. Hey, Dad! Hey, sis! But yeah, so from there is kind of where I like began this process of like coming back into myself. And I will always say like the most important relationship I have, well, with Jesus, of course, but then with myself.
Want to do it?
Yes, he'll do it. He'll do it. I'm proof. I'm living proof. And so it's kind of, but yeah, like the relationship with myself is so important. Like I be taking myself out on dates. I be like making sure, you know, I'm okay before anything. I recognize and respect my alone time, and I just need to be like with myself and do those things.
And I'm going to challenge you. That's the song.
Boom.
I really think so, because I think that as singles, not just as women, but just singles in general, we often like, it's weird to go out by yourself, or it's weird to go out on a date, and it's weird to like be like, no, I'm lit and I love me alone and I just want to be by myself. I mean, I'm an advocate for that because I'm obsessed with Tasha. Yeah, everybody knows that. Like, Tasha loves Tasha. But like, there's a lot of people who like, when you're in that single limbo and when you're transitioning out of a toxic relationship, you're like, I don't want to be alone. I want to prove that I'm worthy, so I have to get into this next relationship to prove that this last guy, hey mama yo, I have to prove that this last guy or this last woman was wrong about me. Yes. So I have to show everybody I can be loved. Like, right. So what is your advice with like that single phase?
Yeah, I say start small, but but start small. Like start somewhere where it's not very noticeable. Like go to a movie by yourself and just see what happens. And then you can like graduate to maybe go and take yourself to eat. And I'm not talking about like getting food and going home. I'm talking about like sitting at the restaurant and just sitting there and enjoying your time, giving you like a nice like candle lit dinner, drink you some wine, like, you know, like go to the mall, go buy yourself an outfit, like whatever you need to do. But you can't let other people's expectations affect how you feel about yourself. Like people will always have something to say. People be like, oh, you got a boyfriend? Oh, well, we don't like them. Why ain't you married? Oh, you married? Well, why don't you have kids? Oh, well, you got kids? Well, they bad and they know snotty. Like people always have something to say. So like all that matters is how you feel and how you are mentally with yourself. So like love that out, protect your heart, love yourself, and live your life.
So guys, we are wrapping up this interview, but we will go back over everything. We just discussed the release of Charence's EP, Maybe This Time, which releases tonight at midnight on all streaming platforms. I'm talking Apple Music, Google Music, Spotify, what's that Beyonce name one?
Tidal.
Yeah. It's a lot of them, and I don't know all of them, but it's on every one of them. And it's called Maybe This Time. Charence Higgins. There are going to be 5 amazing songs, and it tells this awesome story about just this relationship and discovering yourself and finding yourself at the end of the tunnel of it all. Very, very proud of my best friend. And she also has a video to one of the songs that is going to release very, very, very soon. If you want to ask her any questions, definitely hit her up. Be sure to share the post about the song that's coming out. I know she's dropped like a bunch of teasers in her photos and stuff on her page, so be sure to drop those and share those. I'm pretty sure she's going to drop some stuff tonight in promotion of the release. And thank you so much to everybody who stopped by. I know all of you guys say you can't wait. I mean, I've already listened to all of them several times.
Girl,
whatever. So definitely check out my sister's music. It is going to be absolutely amazing, and pay for it. And I said what I said. Pay for it. It ain't even that much. Like, I pay for all these rappers you don't know. Support the people that you do know. One more time, what is the next thing you have coming up at the University of Illinois?
Well, I just wrapped Gem of the Ocean.
Gem of the Ocean, absolutely.
And
where you played who?
I played Black Mary.
Come on now. Come on, August.
Yeah, August Wilson. We'll have auditions coming up for the next semester, so I will keep you updated. Child, I don't know what I'm about to be in, but it's going to be good.
So definitely stay posted on what she has coming up next. This is not the only EP she's going to release, obviously, because now she started the thing. She has to continue to do the thing. So we have so much more coming in store from my best friend. And thank you so much, guys, for stopping by and talking to us.
Thanks.
Also, that was it. I don't know why I did that.
Also,
I don't know why I did that. I really wanted to mention your fine classmate, but then I was like, no.
Oh. He might be watching, girl. I'm gonna send it to him and be like, she talking about you.
Is he watching? Y'all, Charence got a classmate so fine. I was just like, oh my God. Okay. I don't look desperate at all.
No. Of course not.
No. Okay, so we're going to end things here. We love you guys. Thank you so very much. Be sure to download her music. It drops tonight, midnight, maybe this time. You want me to sing some of your songs?
No,
because I know the lyrics. So I can. No, I know it. Bye.